I was waiting in the room I used for court, officially enthroned with clerk and guards when they let him in. Gaius, don't smile at this as you value your jaw. But I've had no peace since he walked into my judgment hall that dawn. It's been years. These scenes, I'll read from the back of my eyelids every night. You've seen Caesar when he was young inspect the legions, his air of command. It was child play compared to the manner of this Nazarene. He didn't have to strut, you see. He walked toward my throne, arms bound, with a stride of mastery and control that by its very audacity silenced the room for an instant and left me trembling with an insane desire to stand and salute. The clerk began reading the absurd list of charges, the priestly delegation punctuating these with the beard strokings and the eye rollings and the palm rubbings and the pious gutturals I had learned to ignore, but I more felt it than heard it. I questioned him mechanically. He answered very little, but what he said and the way he said it was as if his level gaze pulled my naked soul right up into my eyes and probed it there, and a voice kept singing in my ear, "Why, you're on trial, Pilate." The man wasn't listening to the charges. You'd have sworn he had just come in out of friendly interest to see what was going to happen to me. Gaius, I tried to free him. From that moment on, I tried. And I'll always think he knew it. I declared him out of my jurisdiction, being a Galilean, but the native King Herod discovered he was born in Judea and sent him back to me. I appealed to the crowd that had gathered in the streets, hoping they were his sympathizers. Caiaphas stationed agitators to whip up the beasts and cry for blood. I had him beaten. A thorough barracks room beating. I'm not sure why. To appease the crowd, I guess. Well, it didn't work. The crowd roared like some slavering beast when I brought him back. If only you could have watched him. They had thrown some rags of mock purple over his pulped and bleeding shoulders. They had jammed a chaplet of thorns down over his forehead, and it fit. It all fit. He stood there watching them from my balcony, swaying from weakness by now, but royal in the teeth of that mob. Not just pain, but pity, shining from his eyes and seaming his face. And I kept thinking, somehow this is monstrous, somehow this is upside down. That purple is real, that crown is real. Somehow these animal noises the crowd is shrieking should be praise. Then Caiaphas pulled his masterstroke on me, announced there in public that this Jesus claimed a crown, that this was treason to Caesar. And the guards began to glance at one another, and that mob of spineless filth began to shout, "Hail Caesar!" And I knew I was beaten. So I gave the order. I couldn't look at him. Then I did that childish thing. I called for water. And there on the balcony, I washed my hands of the whole affair. As they led him away, I did look up, and he turned and looked at me. No smile, no pity. Just glanced at my hands. And I'll feel the weight of his eyes on them from now on. Do you know why I've kept going? Deeper than this curse is the haunting, driving certainty that he's still somewhere near, that I've unfinished business with him, that now and then, as I walk by the lake, he's following me. And much as that strikes terror, I wonder if that isn't the only hope. You see, if I could just walk up to him and this time salute, tell him I know now, whoever he is, he was the only man worth the name Caesar. In all Judea that day, tell him I know I wasn't trapped, but I trapped myself. Tell him, here's one Roman who wishes he were Caesar. I believe that would do it. I believe he'd listen and know I meant it. And at last, I'd see him smile.